We begin tonight in Concord, where landlords are pushing back after the city passed a rent control ordinance earlier this year. The landlords are proposing a ballot referendum saying that let the voters decide. John Ramos reports from a rally held by housing activists looking to bring attention to the issue.
After 7 years of often angry debate, the city of Concord passed a new rent control and eviction ordinance, much to the delight of tenants' rights advocates. But now the new law is on hold as landlords scramble to try to put the matter before the voters.
By preventing high rent increases, renters will be able to save money for other needs like groceries and medicine.
The rally at this Concord park sounded like a campaign for rent control, but that's a battle that has already been won. The question is, who will win the war?
This was approved by City Council 4-1, and this wealthy real estate groups, are putting this on hold. And this will, this will create for renters to keep getting more rent increases or unjust evictions. So we want the residents of Concord, to know what's going on in the city.
Vice Mayor Obringer?
Yes.
Mayor Bursan?
Yes. And with that, this item is closed.
In February, the City Council approved new rent controls and just cause eviction protections for renters, and they made it clear that they felt there needed to be more control over landlords.
It's been a rough night. It's been a rough 7 years. We gave it 7 years without acting, and quite frankly, it didn't work.
We wouldn't be having this conversation if your people, colleagues and friends or whatever who own property and are landlords weren't doing or harassing tenants or abusing their rights.
Then what I say to that is penalize those people, not the homeowners or the small mom and pop places.
Joe Chironi thinks they went too far. The Concord resident and real estate broker says the city's tenant ordinance went from 8 pages to 30 and now gives eviction protection to people living in all residential buildings, including single-family homes. Chironi says homeowners could lose all control over their properties, so she's spearheading an effort to put Concord's new ordinance on the ballot.
My feeling was we had asked them to put this to a vote. Let the citizens of Concord, both tenants and landlords, let the citizens of Concord, which includes everybody, vote on the ordinance. That's all we ask, and that's what the referendum is about.
By law, the ordinance is on hold for 30 days while Chironi tries to raise enough signatures to qualify the referendum. If she can't, the ordinance goes into effect immediately. And that's why the tenants' rights activists were caravanning through the streets on Sunday afternoon, trying to raise awareness and support if it should come down to a vote. Chironi says she's okay with that.
If the citizens of Concord vote as a majority that they want rent control and this ordinance, then so be it. We'll have to live with it because that's a democracy. If they vote it down, then that should tell the council something.
If the referendum is successful, the entire ordinance would be scrapped, and the City Council would be back to square one on a tenant protection law they spent 7 years creating.
Proponents have until April 18th to gather 7,200 signatures to qualify this measure for the November ballot.